What's up? I'm Andy.
I am Jon.
And we are Point North.
And this is 932. Tour's great. We're doing good. A lot of cold weather, which has been different for us. We're from Southern California, so it's been pretty cold. But really good. It's been really nice meeting everybody overseas and playing here for the first time. I've been a band for a long time, 7 years or so. And yeah, it's our first time over here. We've toured the US a bunch of times. It's nice to get fresh venues and fresh faces and put on a show for people that have never seen us before, which is really cool. At the level of show we get to play, which is awesome. As opposed to playing for people for the first time when we've done only one tour and we don't sound as good as we do now. It's a really cool way to show these people who we are. And the tour's been exciting. We've eaten some amazing food. We've met some great people. Played some video games. Trying to get some normal sleep. We're still not on a normal sleep schedule.
No,
not at all.
No, I think we're still in California time.
So, yeah, I'm going to bed between like 3 and 5 a.m. Waking up at noon or 1 every day. So, but I don't think it matters somehow. We're still out here doing it halfway through, and somehow we're chugging along. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been exciting. So many new places. We can only really experience each city for a day, so it's trying to like cram whatever food or sites you can get into in one day. But a lot of like new and unfamiliar things with the places, but with Set It Off, it's a band we've known for a long time and I've done tours with them before, so definitely a sense of like not just familiarity but family as well, being out here with them.
Yeah, it feels like a bunch of brothers on tour. It's like the perfect way for us to come over here was with them. I feel like I don't think I would have done it any other way.
Yeah. Totally.
So it's been awesome.
I think it's just there's like a couple of just no-brainer bands that we've just been friends with for a long time, and I think our music has kind of like evolved at a similar pace. Set It Off is just one of those bands where we've just known them for years. We love what they do. Our music styles, I think, blend very well, and I think Cody's always been kind of on the short list of people we wanted to feature on a song.
Yeah. It's really, really hard to get people to feature on any songs these days just because there's so many factors that go into it. There's like release conflicts, there's budget conflicts, there's just if they're even interested. First you have to get them to like open the song and like listen to it, which is half the battle, maybe more than half the battle. But Cody's been at the studio for like a couple years now, and it was like a layup, and not even like it was like an easy get. It was an easy get because we're such good friends, but it's so cool that he can do what he does and he's in the band that he's in, and it takes a lot of like closeness and like friendship to like be okay to you're putting your name like on someone else's art, and it means a lot, and I think that kind of gets lost sometimes when you're looking for features. Cody knows and I know that it's like hard to we've both tried like hundreds of people to get on our Point North songs, Set It Off songs, being a part of the Set It Off album. I know how hard it is for them to try to get people on songs, and just logistically. And so it's the same thing when Kellen Quinn came on our song Into the Dark. It was just like a stars aligned moment. We were boys, and Kellen happened to be in town at that point to come record it, and at this point, Cody lives like really close to me, so it was just but we were on tour when he tracked it. We weren't even home. He tracked it at our buddy Kyle Black's studio while we were gone, and so they were sending me updates, and he actually like went into another studio to do it. But we were really lucky that he was down to hop on, and so it just came from just being boys at the end of the day. It just came from just being close.
I mean, it has tons of influence. Just as a baseline, I think not just the bands that we have featured with, but touring with as well. getting exposed to just concert after concert after concert. We're seeing kind of like a pulse check every night of how are fans responding, how is the audience going to respond to different tempos and different sort of, like song choices. And I think that influences how we write our music, how we make our set lists. So I think we're constantly just pulling from our environments around us, whether it's in the studio working with other bands and out on tour as well. My stock answer is always like just my favorite band, which is Rise Against. So Tim from Rise Against. That's just a selfish answer. I don't think that necessarily comes from what I think would benefit our music best or our band best or that sort of answer. I think with that sort of hat on, I think Bring Me the Horizon and Bad Omens are kind of really easy choices for us on bands that we pull a lot of inspo from, bands that are absolutely taking over the music scene right now, and bands that we kind of just love listening to as consumers too.
Yeah, those bands will always do well to like up you in the scene. If it was up to me, it'd be like a cross-pollination of pockets of the industry. Like, you wouldn't want to like do some cool, crazy electronic shit with like Gracie Abrams that would just like shake the genre.
Oh, that'd be the coolest thing ever.
That'd be the coolest shit ever. Right?
Jon and I have a similar love for pop, and so I think like even pop singers and female pop vocalists are always things that Jon and I are focused on, completely separate from the world of music that we're creating, but we love it equally.
Yeah.
And I think we'll always try and scheme ways to make it mesh into our world.
It would be cool if like Point North was the feature for a pop artist that made that pop artist heavy for a song.
Yeah.
Like, that would be really cool.
Sure.
Like, so if Gracie wanted, or someone like that, or like a freaking Maggie Rogers.
He's bringing up Gracie because I'm just obsessed with Gracie.
He's in a phase, but that's cool because it's totally valid.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
We were in the studio one day, and sometimes I'll just have an idea that's like an overall like sonic theme of a song. So Andy and I were just like jamming one day, and then I said I wanted to do a song that was like a shuffle beat that I beatboxed with big heavy, because originally I thought it was going to be this big like tom driven, almost Manson-y kind of thing, but it ended up just being like a huge riff. So the beatbox that's in the song in the intro was like something that I just beatboxed to jam to, and then I ended up messing it all up like in Pro Tools, and then it came out how it sounds now on the record. And it was cool, and then as soon as Andy was riffing over it, it made sense that was kind of like the identity of the song, more or less. And so it was just kind of one of those like lightning in a bottle things. I think it was like really special.
It's funny because like the beatboxing thing that's something that's happening in the studio all the time between Jon and I. We're trying to communicate drum patterns or things that we want to, and we're like using our voice. So that was, I'm sure, just like I think it was us talking about kind of how we wanted the shuffle beat to sound.
Yeah.
And you just recorded yourself doing that, just in dialogue form, and then to actually make the song, and not just that, but be like kind of the soul of the song. It's really interesting because that happens across everything that we do, just talking parts to each other.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was some recorded, well thought out. That was like a one take thing. It was through like not a very good microphone, debating on whatever, if you consider this 7B to be a final vocal mic, some do. But the speakers were on, so there's like speaker bleed happening. There's like click that's coming through, but you can't hear it because it's drop tuned, so you can't really tell there's a metronome in there. But it's like very like raw, and it was one of those like magic lightning in a bottle things that happens. It doesn't really happen very often. I don't remember the last time something like that happened in a Point North song. So we got a lot of feedback from it. We got told that it didn't work. We got told to make less of it. We got told to make more of it. Mm-hmm. It was cool because it was making every person in the suit world their head spin. It was like, this won't work at radio, this will work at radio, this doesn't work this long, this person's like, it needs to be longer, which is cool. That's when you know you got something special.
Yeah, you almost don't want everyone to have the same reaction. I think you want it to be polarizing.
Polarizing, and you don't want indifference.
Yeah.
I want you to hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure,
we are, doing our best. We're obviously busy on the road right now, and we still kind of bring the studio rig and capture moments while we're out here. So we are constantly working on new music, whether we're touring or not. But I think luckily when we get home from this run, we've got about a couple weeks so we can really hone in and probably get a single out for you guys.
Yeah. Trying to finish an album this year for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll come out this year, but
we'll finish it.
It's a lot of work, Yeah.
Yeah, I would think we'll probably finish capturing the record this year, and my guess is it'll be out sometime maybe early next year. I would probably go with our latest song, World vs. Peace. I think just because we're a particular band that's kind of ever-changing and always kind of evolving our sound, I think we do our best to kind of do that, but still keep it what's true to us, and I think what identifies us and separates us. But certainly every kind of release that we put out is our continued attempt at capturing that blend. So I would say no matter what it is, our latest song is the freshest and most contemporary kind of attempt at doing that.
So I'll agree. I think that's a good one. Yeah, the last two, honestly, which are cool because I think those are both going to be on the new album. So hopefully it'll just be like 12 bangers like that, where we kind of, because I feel like we kind of have it like locked in. Yeah, we definitely love it heavy, and we definitely love it earwormy and catchy and quirky and super melodic and cheeky. I think all those elements coming together make the album.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's such a headbanger. Honestly, yeah, both of those songs, Bring Me Down and Wolf vs. Peace, are like my two favorite ones to play live. Because it's like every element that we love about a live show.
Yeah.
It's like huge headbang energy, huge jumping energy, while you still get massive soaring vocals and sing-along moments, and hard-hitting drums. It's freaking the best.
Yep, it's the first song we play. So,
yeah, it's the opener.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's a great kind of mixture of a song where if you're a fan of the song, you're gonna want to sing it, and if you've never heard the song before, it still has enough, I think, tempo and energy to kind of bob your head and join the atmosphere of the song. So whether you're a fan of it or it's brand new to you, you can still find a way to enjoy it.
That's why it's such a good opener.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these fans haven't heard of us, haven't seen us, don't know anything about us. And we hit them with the first 3 seconds of our show with a huge, heavy headbanging riff, and we get to show them who we are right away.
Never be tired.
I was gonna say never be sick.
Never be sick for sure.
Yeah.
Ironclad immune system.
Ironclad immune system. Ironclad digestive system.
Ironclad throat.
Yeah. Just bodily.
Yeah.
Bodily perfection.
Yeah. This is the fastest. This is the fastest way to destroy your body, and get people around you sick. And it's just it's not always easy to have your own clean space all the time.
It's
so
impossible.
I think we're always conscious of making sure that we're staying healthy and treating our bodies well, because tour is going to destroy it faster than anything else. You wanna go first?
I'll go first.
Cool.
This question is from Go Betty Go. And the question is, what is the weirdest story a fan had shared with you? It's a thinker. I have to dig deep. Do I have to answer? Should he read his question, or I might need a second to think about it? Do you want to read yours?
I'm thinking about yours. I don't have an immediate answer, but I feel like
fan shared with me. I'm thinking about Shiprocked and all that weird shit. I'm thinking about It's usually not. I guess I could answer it with what it is. It's usually not a weird thing. Weirdest thing is an interesting way to ask, because it's never like weird. It's always like a very like sad story. It's always like a very like inspiring story. If it is ever a story they care to share, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd classify anything as weird.
I mean, I would say that like something we get often and that we love more than anything are when people, usually a couple, come up to us and say that they bonded very much over our music. We were a similar band, and there was one of like the early topics of their relationship, and Point North was like a place that they bonded. Adversely, we get comments where people are going through breakups and heartbreak and find our music as a place of comfort and solace too. So I think, and we love that too. We want our music to be there for you, whether it's happy, sad, or anything in between. I would say that we most often get couples that are bonded, but sometimes we do get people that are in the middle of some heartbreak that are finding our music too.
Yeah, here at Point North, we write a lot of like sad lyrics. Especially our older stuff, very weird times in our lives. So usually when fans come up and they want to share something, it's usually about lyrics pulling them out of something, or it's like how lyrics like helped them. I had a fan come up once who like, she wrote down like every lyric on her note app and like read them back to me. She like read the whole chorus of like a song and was just like, those lines, and I was like, yeah. And she was like explaining like what they meant to her, which was one of the coolest moments ever, when she like literally gave me like the line, note, then the line, then the notes.
She gave you a book report.
She gave me a book report on the lyrics. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, one day they'll come. I'm sure there'll be some. I'm sure maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe tonight there'll be some weird shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, that's all I got.
Mine is from Charlotte Wessels, and she asks, what is the best way for fans to support you as a band?
Mm-hmm.
Best way for fans to support you as a band? Just to answer that as broadly as I can, it's probably buying a t-shirt at the merch table. Particularly this tour, we are so far from home. Expenses are at an all-time high for us, and that is kind of the structure of the business for bands that are on tour. It's to sell as much merchandise as they can. I think that directly supports us and our mission as a band probably as purely as possible.
Yeah, I'd say just spreading the word is like one of the more powerful things too. Reshare, like just sharing stuff. If we drop a song, posting to stories. Or just like at the end of the day, like we're on tour across the world to like spread the word of Point North. So if any fan helps with that, that's the next biggest thing is just making the fan base grow.